Jimmy High Roller, it wasn't supposed to end like this, bro. And if you know what he's talking about, so until I was 15, I was a fan of whoever LeBron was playing on. That's what I was doing for basketball wise. Then I realized, okay, Bron, he ain't gonna keep this up, so I gotta pick a team. And the only team that caught my eye is because it was one of Bron's teams that he played in the past, and it was never gonna be the Cavs, and it wasn't gonna be the Lakers because Laker fan base pisses me off. They're too greedy, even when they were having freaking a bunch of bum seasons. I can't believe it. They had Jordan Hill playing and starting, but then when Bron come, they want him to win a championship instantly. Y'all was gonna have Detroit Pistons type seasons. I don't want to hear it. So I ended up choosing the Miami Heat. Now, I chose the Miami Heat because I love Eric Spoelstra, and this is around the time I started I love Bam's game. So I started falling in love with the Miami Heat. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna rock with the Miami Heat. So ever since then, I've been rocking with Miami Heat. But growing up, in my first 4 or 5 years, when I was starting to really get into basketball, literally, I've been watching basketball since I was 3 years old. So my dad is a Lakers fan. So growing up, watch Kobe Bryant. That's all I used to watch. Kobe Bryant and Chris Paul. Only 3 players I used to watch religiously. So what team do you think I hated the most? My dad's a Lakers fan. I'm a Bron fan. The Boston Celtics. That's the one consistent thing I hate. There's only one other team in sports that I hate more than the Celtics, and that's the Dallas Cowboys. Because I've been an Eagle fan since I was 4 years old. I hate the Dallas Cowboys, and they still have not won a thing since I've been alive, which is excellent. But I'm gonna watch the Celtics win twice in my lifetime. Now I have watched the Heat win 3 times in my lifetime because the first season I started watching basketball. No, I only watched them twice because I don't think technically I watched it, but I just turned 3, so I didn't even watch 06. Or if I did, I don't remember it. So yeah, I only watched the Heat win twice, and now I'm gonna have to watch the Boston Celtics win twice with trash Tatum on the team. Y'all overhyped Tatum. Chet, how long have I been saying Jaylen Brown is better than Jason Tatum? I've been saying that for 3 years now. And y'all keep overhyping this bum in these clutch situations. I'm not going, bro. They did have the easiest road to the finals, by the way. They had played a Heat team with no Jimmy Butler and no Rozier, no Jaime Jaquez in the last 2 games. You played a hurt Cavs team with no Donovan Mitchell in the last 3 games. And no Jared Allen, no other. I forgot Karis LeVert either. You played the Indiana Pacers with no Tyrese Halliburton and no what's his name, Benedict Mathurin. And then I think there was another player. And then you're playing the Mavericks with a hurt Luka Doncic, and that's it. This is the most Mickey finals run ever, bro. This is Mickeyer than the bubble. This is Mickeyer than 2021. This is Mickeyer than 2023. And I don't want to hear y'all say Mickey nothing about 2023 because y'all talk about, oh, game 7, Tatum had a hurt ankle. Jimmy played with a hurt ankle from the Knicks series all the way to the finals. He had an ankle the size of a bowling ball. Hate y'all, bro. No, he don't get no. Luka don't get no Finals MVP if the Celtics win. Listen. As much as I hate the Celtics, I gotta give credit to Jaylen Brown, bro. That boy's crazy. But Luka cannot play defense. He cannot play defense. He's so bad. He's so bad on defense. When people are talking about comparing Bron and Luka, and they say Luka's ahead of Bron, the one thing before Bron before the age of 32, that man played defense very well. I know y'all didn't watch back then because y'all probably too young, but Bron back in the day, bro, he was always in contention for some maybe not defensive player of the year. Oh, he was a couple times. I think it was 3 times, but he should have won one of them. But he was always in contention for being a good defensive player. Everybody knew that Bron was a good defensive player. Luka, on the other hand, y'all want to call Luka a LeBron disciple? This is Harden. This is a white Harden. Hold on. Derek White over Clay. Prime Clay? Are you drunk? prime Clay. Y'all, see, this is why I hate this disrespect, bro. Over this got to be a troll. Drew Holiday over Draymond. Stop. This is the stop. If you said Drew over KD, that'd be more respectable than Tatum over KD. Curry over Jaylen Brown, cool. Kristaps over it. Absolutely not. If you want the Martians pointed at the death beam at Earth, if you want one person to shoot it, you want Kristaps or Iguodala. I choose Iguodala. Worst commissioner in sports, by the way. He ruined the finals. I'm sorry for pausing so much, but he ruined the finals aura, bro. When he think about it, y'all. Think about it real quick. When David Stern, I think David Stern stopped being commissioner in 2013-14 season, I think. Look at the finals after that. Each year, it slowly went down besides 2016. That's the outlier. But in terms of like you wanting to watch the finals, yes, because Braun was there, obviously it's a draw. Yes, Curry is there because it was a draw. But 15 stayed the same because he just still inherited it. 16 was peak. I've never seen a finals better than 16. 17, we knew it was going to happen because KD went to team. 18, we knew it was going to happen because Braun had nobody. He was dropping 51 points, and they still lost. We knew that was going to be a loss. 19, we knew, but we didn't know. But once KD went down and everybody else started getting hurt, we knew Kawhi had a great chance of winning. 2020, bubble year, we'll give you credit for that, for going through with that regardless. 21 aura dipped. 22 aura was a little bit higher than 21, but it's only because Curry lifted it up that high. If it wasn't for Curry, it'd be boo-boo. 23, as much as I love my team, I didn't think we were going to win that because Jimmy Butler was hurt and we were too banged up by the time we got there. And Jokic is Jokic. And this year, just every year, it just like there's a little spike, but then there's a dip. There's a spike and there's a dip, bro. You got to go back to putting the finals. Like this is what I need. You got to go back to putting the finals trophy, the Larry O'Brien trophy, in the middle of the logo, and we need the finals logo on the side, bro. That's what we need, bro. We need something. We need better announcers because listen, Doris Burke is a great interviewer. She's excellent. When she talks on the damn announcement table, all she does is glaze the Celtics. I'm sick and tired of this Celtics glaze that she be giving them, bro. She's glazing crazy every game, bro. It's annoying.
Can you say something nice about the Celtics?
Absolutely not.
What?
Celtics suck.
Just go home, get the ammo ready, get the bazooka, get the 50 cal ready.
It's the NBA Finals, and you know what that means. A new champion will be crowned. Legacies will be cemented. The torch passed from one team.
If Tatum wins this ring, is it really cemented? Now, Jaylen Brown wins this ring and the Finals MVP is kind of cemented, right? If Tatum wins a ring, it don't really do much for his legacy.
To another, and some of the most scorching hot.
Oh my gosh, get this fat bastard off my screen. Oh my gosh, he has the worst takes and then gets mad when people don't agree with his takes and gets mad when LeBron James unfollows him, but then says that LeBron James is looking for attention when he unfollows Kendrick Perkins. Perk, who do you think you are, you fat bastard? Who do you think you are? Perk, you're not Jordan. You're not Bron. You're not Kobe. You're not hell. In terms of popularity, you're not even Kwame Brown, if we being real. So, Perk, KD don't even like you. Bron don't like you. Hell, Curry don't like you. He went with you with one of these. Perk, you and your buddy Stephen A. stay on that side, man. We don't even like you over here, man. You are terrible. ESPN is brain rot, bro. They spent 15 minutes on why LeBron unfollowed Kendrick Perkins. Let me say this again for you to just reiterate what I'm saying. Kendrick Bobby Perkins. Kendrick Bobby Perkins. Stephen A. Smith went to the executives and said, this is what topic I am going to show on my show today. I'm going to make an announcement on there on why LeBron James unfollowed Kendrick Perkins on Twitter. And Stephen A., here's another thing. Stop speaking for black people. Stop. You're not us. You're not like us, Stephen A. You twerk for the white man, Stephen A. Like, it's not working for the white man. You twerk for the... There's a difference. You throw your booty on the white man like how Meek Mill do Diddy. Don't speak on Will Smith. Stop getting mad at Kyrie. Stop getting mad at the fact that LeBron and JJ Redick are actually talking basketball and you don't understand it because you're stupid and you don't know X's and O's. That's all they talk about on there. They don't talk about anything that y'all talk about, the brain rot that y'all talk about. You don't know basketball, Stephen A. So stop. And your thing is, oh, I've been covering basketball for 30-something years. And you get checked by every single athlete. You say something dumb about every single athlete. You've been, since you can't go at Kyrie no more because his dad checked you and he checked you, you're going after Kawhi now. And after that happens, when Kawhi eventually checks you with his uncle, then you're going to go to somebody else. LeBron James don't even know, he don't even care that you exist. And that pisses you off. Allen Iverson, shit, he need to check. I think he checked you too. Paul George checked you on live TV. We saw it. Just being real, bro. You suck. You and Skip Bayless are the same person. I gotta give Skip credit. He been hating on Bron for 20-something years. I gotta give him credit. Stephen A., you just hate on him now for no reason. Like, you used to be objective, but ever since LeBron was in that GOAT conversation, you couldn't let your master, your main bitch, Michael B. Jordan. I'm sorry, not Michael B. Jordan. Sorry, Michael B. Jordan. MJ, you couldn't even fathom the fact that he couldn't even be the GOAT anymore. And that's the crazy part. I think LeBron's the GOAT. I don't have a problem if you think MJ's the GOAT or not. I don't care. But it's the fact that you try to diminish what somebody else does. So, like, say if Victor Wembanyama goes 8-0 in the finals. No, not even that. Just say he goes 6-0 in the finals and he puts up the same numbers Bron was putting up in the finals with less help. Stephen A. Smith would say MJ's still the GOAT because he played in a harder era. I give it to Wemby over Bron. I would. But these idiots, they don't like watching greatness. They try to diminish greatness. And they've been talking about Bron for 20-something years now, 21 years now. Haven't let up. Because they know for a fact when LeBron leaves, they have nothing to talk about. They have not grown any stars. Not one. They didn't even try with Wemby this year, but it wasn't effective because they suck at it. They tried with Ant. They didn't even try with Luka. It was literally a layup. Literally, when the MVP talks came, you had a chance to give it to Luka, and you didn't give it to Luka. Now, I'm not mad at Jokic, but that's a safe pick. That was mainly for the mistake that you made last year because this idiot said it was a race issue that Joel Embiid didn't get it. I hate ESPN, bro. It's boring.
Takes you've ever laid eyes on.
And don't even get me started on WNBA.
We're going to take a look at some of these takes. NBA Finals Edition. The good, the bad, and the downright horrific.
Arguably the best offensive backcourt in the history of the NBA in Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. Did you say history?
That's crazy.
So far, the 2024 NBA Finals have been a bit one-sided. And with my rotten team on vacation for the last 2 months...
You're a Portland fan? Jimmy! I didn't know you liked Portland. Oh, he had to grow up in Oregon, bro. Now, I'm not mad at, I guess, Scoot. I mean, Scoot even really didn't play it well this year, but he's still a rookie. You get him time. Anthony Simons is decent. This guy right here, didn't he call himself like the dominatrix or something? Like DeAndre Ayton? Something crazy, bro.
I
And he got it tattooed on his back, like LeBron got chosen one on his back. It's so
unfortunately
nasty.
have no dog in this race. Instead, I cope by watching other fans viciously duke it out while
It's your fault. It's your fault the Celtics are in it. Yo, chat. It's three teams' fault that the Celtics are in the championship right now. It's 3 teams. Portland, Miami, and the Bucks. Now, you're probably wondering why Miami's there. Miami didn't pull the trigger to get Dame, or Joe Cronin didn't want us to have him. Regardless of the fact we couldn't get Dame, even though that's where he wanted to go. Giannis and them, like a dumbass, say, yeah, let's trade Drew Holiday for Dame, and let's get rid of some of our defense for Damian Lillard. Like, I'm not mad at that, but at the same time, why? Then these idiots in Portland traded Drew Holiday for a box of scraps. I'm sick, bro.
their team fights for NBA supremacy. And almost as entertaining,
I mean, it's Malcolm Brogdon, but compared to what transpired, it was a box of scraps.
as the finals itself, are some of the takes and opinions that emerge from said duking. And here are some of the more interesting ones I came across. Now, our first take comes from a fan that says that if the Celtics win the finals, Luka Doncic should still be considered for the finals MVP.
Nah, if Bron didn't
Now,
get it,
my friend, I know you're in a tough position. Losing in the finals is
can't play
not an
defense,
easy
bro.
thing to go
Can't
through.
play defense,
I mean,
bro.
being a Blazers fan, I personally wouldn't know the feeling, but I assume it's got to be painful. But I do know where you're coming from, because LeBron's my favorite player, and I had to watch this. The
2015, he should have got it, bro. He led. Wasn't this the year he led every single category for both teams?
2015
Oh my
finals.
gosh.
If anyone tells you basketball is a 5-on-5 sport, they're lying. Because I had to watch this man get jumped 5v1 versus one of the greatest teams in modern
I
times.
watched the Spurs
With Timofey
finals, bro.
Mozgov and J.R. Smith by his side, LeBron dragged this series to 6 games while averaging 36 points, 13 rebounds, and 9 assists in the series. And while watching Matthew Dellavedova nearly go into cardiac arrest trying to chase Stephen Curry around for 40 minutes, many fans asked the question, even if the Cavs lose this series, should LeBron still receive Finals
Yes,
MVP?
bro. He should've
He's
got it.
clearly the best player.
Because Iguodala got it for. Get this. The reason why that's why it should have went to Curry. The reason why Iguodala got it was for his defense on LeBron James, whose stats were what again?
Curry around for 40 minutes, many fans asked a nearly go rebound this series to with Timofey Mozgov and J.R.
was
Smith
the
by
stats?
his side. LeBron dragged this series to 6 games while averaging 36 points, 13 rebounds, and 9 assists in the series.
That was considered slowing LeBron down. That's why Iggy got it.
He's clearly the best player on the floor. The answer was no, and it will always be no. Instead, the award went to the man who was guarding LeBron. To give some perspective on how LeBron nearly single-handedly willed the Cavs to a championship in 2015, here is a breakdown of how much he was contributing to his team in that
was
final series.
insane.
By himself, LeBron accounted for 38% of the Cavaliers' points, 56% of their assists, 28% of their rebounds, 60% of the total points generated throughout the series, and was able to win 2 games. So far in the 2024 finals, Luka single-handedly makes up for 33% of the Mavericks' points, 40% of their assists, 24% of their rebounds, and 48% of the total points generated by the team. It doesn't matter how well a player plays in the finals. You have to win it to even be considered for the finals MVP. The award is for the best player on the winning team, not
Yeah.
just the best player in the series.
Even though
And if
Jerry
LeBron's
West,
performance
that
in the
Jerry
2015
West thing messed up the discourse, bro. That Jerry West, when he won it, when I don't know what team, I think was it Boston? Whenever he lost and won the Finals MVP, that ruined everything forever. Because realistically, Bron was the Finals MVP, but he wouldn't. I don't think he would want that.
15 finals didn't warrant a finals MVP despite the loss. I'm not sure if anything ever will. Now here's a take for all the Celtics fans out there, and says that a championship for Boston this season would make Jason Tatum better than Paul Pierce.
Have you been watching Jason Tatum? Have you been watching Jason D. Tatum? Have you been watching Jason D. Tatum? Just to let you know, there is a Twitter account that's a serious. It's not a troll. it has the Finals MVP rankings. Literally, it's like one of those stat ones. They have Jaylen Brown 1, Luka 2, Kyrie 3, Tim Hardaway Jr. 4, and Jason Tatum 5. Jason Tatum does not deserve a lick of that freaking Finals MVP. It should go to Derek White. It should go to Jaylen, well, definitely Jaylen Brown. But besides him, there's like 3 people. Like, let me think. Derek White for sure. Drew Holiday. That's about it. I'm gonna be honest. Let me stop. Because like if Porzingis played most of the series, I would give it Porzingis too. But come on, bro.
Now, let me begin by saying Paul Pierce has become one of the most underrated stars of the past.
That's because
his
he did it to
resume
himself.
doesn't quite stack up to some of his peers
He did
of
it
the
to himself.
2000s, but Pierce was a really good player and a
Yeah, he was.
cornerstone to
He's
the
all right.
Celtics franchise for 15 years.
He's cool.
Some moments and opinions he's had over the last few years
that's
have kind
why.
of skewed the public's perception on him, but that doesn't change how awesome he was as a player. But with that being said, as an individual player, Jason Tatum is already better than Paul Pierce was. Tatum has a more well-rounded game. He's a much better playmaker, he's more versatile, and where Pierce really shined with his scoring.
Okay, but let's hear me out. The pace is higher, so this would probably be around the same. Again, the pace is higher, so again, the pace is faster, so again, it'd be around the same. The assist would be higher on Paul Pierce's end. Okay, true shooting, well, I understand those. Okay. Tatum, because of his team, should get way more.
Scoring and shooting ability, Tatum does even that at about the same rate and caliber. Keep in mind, Pierce did play
But he won't win Finals MVP, so stop. No.
in the slowest era in NBA history, so
Exactly.
his numbers don't quite do him justice.
Thank you.
Adjusted for the pace of today's NBA, his numbers would look something like this. Really
Never mind then.
similar to what we've seen from Tatum throughout his career. But overall, Tatum has already peaked higher than Pierce did. He is a far better defensive player than Pierce was, and he's more versatile on both ends of the floor. Tatum already has 10 times the MVP shares Pierce did in his 19-year career. Individually, Tatum has been good enough for long enough to say that he has a bigger impact on a game-to-game basis than Pierce did. At the moment, you can still make an argument for Pierce being the better player throughout his career, but if the Celtics win
He has the Finals MVP, Tatum doesn't.
a ring this year, and especially if Jason Tatum wins a Finals MVP,
Won't
then
happen.
that argument no longer exists. But even without those accolades on his resume, I agree with this take. Jason Tatum is better than Paul Pierce was, and a ring this season would cement it.
Sure.
Now, this next take came live on air during the Western Conference Finals, and fans are interpreting it in a few different ways. In the midst of going up 3-0 on the Timberwolves, Stan Van Gundy said that Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving are arguably the best offensive backcourt in the history of the NBA.
Now I heard this. They're the most talented. I don't know if they're the best. They're the most
They have two
talented.
guys that are pretty electrifying.
100%
as
the
well.
most talented.
Yeah, and Minnesota's
Offensively.
top-rated defense is going to be challenged.
Offensively,
trying
they're the
to
most talented.
slow them down. Arguably the best offensive backcourt in the history of the NBA, and Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. Did you say history?
Now, Luka and Kyrie have only
Yeah.
played about 70 games together, and this is their first postseason playing together, and they haven't really accomplished much in the grand scheme of things, and about a million other reasons why this sounds crazy at first.
It
But
does.
Stan
But okay, offensively, I think they're the best, most talented backcourt in NBA history. Defensively, they might be the worst.
wasn't implying anything about success or accomplishments, just simply as an offensive duo, Luka and Kyrie might be the best backcourt we've ever seen. And if we're just talking about offensive ability, then there really aren't many backcourts that stack up against this one. That short list may include 2018 Harden
Yeah.
and Chris Paul, 2021 Harden and Kyrie.
Nah.
If we consider Luka to be a guard, then surely LeBron and Kyrie in 2017.
That don't count, man. Because if that counts, then obviously this is the best duo. This is the best backcourt. But that don't count.
Would be
man.
considered a backcourt duo as well. Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker were pretty damn good. This fan might be onto something with his choice of the best backcourt of all time. And of course, the two elephants in the room,
Yeah.
Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. For the sake of this argument, if we ignore the accomplishments and the time these duos played together and just approach this from the aspect of offensive ability and
They're number
production,
one.
then Luka and Kyrie are actually in the conversation
I
for the
think they're
best
number one.
offensive backcourt in NBA history. Taking the best versions of each of these backcourts throughout the years and looking at some of their numbers like points per game, total points generated per game, this statistic factors in assists to their total offensive output, shooting efficiency, and their offensive impact through offensive estimated plus minus, then it's pretty tough to choose just one backcourt out of these 5.
Yeah.
Luka and Kyrie are the most productive, and they're just about as impactful offensively as these other backcourts. But once you factor in the shot making, scoring versatility, gravity, and all the little things that make a player special offensively that the numbers might not account for, then you could definitely make an argument that Luka and Kyrie are the most offensively talented backcourt in NBA history. Now, as to how good they are, well then if we can't use accolades and accomplishments, and this is just an eye test kind of thing, then that's pretty subjective.
I love you.
Yo, Euphoria's crazy.
I've always
chat.
been with you.
Steph and Clay were good enough to win 4 titles together, but
Okay, realistically, let's be honest. That's Kevin Durant, bro.
that's pretty subjective. Steph and Clay were good enough to win 4 titles together, but
That's
I
just
guess
literally
you could
Kevin
say
Durant.
that as a backcourt, they weren't as good at basketball as the combination of Luka and Kyrie.
Yes.
Harden and Kyrie were really good at basketball, but they didn't really play together all that often.
They played like
and it
13
feels a bit
games.
wrong to not at least consider that within this discussion. Once you start to factor in what these backcourts actually did together, this entire discussion changes very quickly. But in terms of exactly what Stan Van Gundy was referring to, offensive excellence, then Luka and Kyrie are in fact arguably one of the best backcourts the game has ever seen. Our next take is one of the more unhinged takes I've seen recently.
What?
Let's not sugarcoat it. Jason Tatum has underperformed a bit over the last couple weeks, and coming off the heels of a Jaylen
That's an understatement.
Brown Conference Finals MVP,
Say
followed
it.
up by a lackluster start
Say
in the
it.
finals, Tatum's superstar label has been put into question.
Revoked, and we gave it to number 7. Revoked, and we gave it to number
Of
7.
Jason Tatum propaganda. This right here. Fans claiming that Jason Tatum is an elite role player.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Now, question for you. Question. What's the difference between Jason Tatum and Klay Thompson? I'm being real. In the finals, they play their roles well. Tatum is a great rebounder. Tatum is a great facilitator. Sometimes. Decent defender. He's like Dennis Rodman. He cool, man. Like, you know, he cool, man. Who else? Like Drew Holiday plays defense, good facilitator, good rebounder at times, good role player, elite role player. Who else is a good role player? Who's good in the league? That's a good elite role player today. I think that's it for now. That I can think of on the top of my head. But like, great elite role player, man.
The LeBron James
This is perfect. He's the LeBron James of role players.
of Tobias Harris's,
Facts.
if you will.
Facts.
And this take
Facts.
is missing so much
Facts.
context that I almost want to start rooting for the Celtics purely out of spite.
Shut the hell up.
Since the start of the conference finals, which is when this discourse really started to gain traction, Tatum has been averaging 26 points, 7
Stat pad. Holy stat pad.
assists
Stat pad.
and 10 rebounds a game
Stat
on
pad.
52% true shooting
Stat
while
pad.
winning all 6 games.
Stat
Those
pad.
are all NBA numbers in the playoffs, and people are calling him a role player.
I watched the games.
In fact,
Stat
there have
pad.
only been 7 players in the history of the NBA to make it past the first round while averaging these numbers in a playoff run. Oscar Robertson, Larry Bird, LeBron, Giannis, Jokic, Luka, and Jason Tatum.
And there's also been only 3 players to ever shoot 5 3-point to ever make 5 3-pointers in a quarter in the finals. Those 3 are Steph Curry, Ray Allen. I'm gonna repeat this again. Steph Curry, Ray Allen, and Tim Hardaway Jr. But are we gonna call Tim Hardaway Jr. an all-time great? Are we going to call him a top 3 shooter of all time? There's a gigantic polar bear in Texas. That's all I want to say. There's a gigantic polar bear in Texas. There's a gigantic polar bear in Arlington, Texas. That's all I'm going to say. So if Tim Hardaway Jr. is one of 3 players to make 5 3-pointers in an NBA Finals game in a quarter, that includes Steph Curry, Ray Allen, and Tim Hardaway Jr. himself, Jason Tatum is the Tim Hardaway Jr. of this list.
A really, really good group of elite role players. Now, I will be the first to say that Tatum has drifted into unwarranted territory over the last year or two, with some fans trying to jam him into the top 5 players in the NBA discussion.
That's what really pisses me off. He's not top 5. He's not top 5. Stop it. Stop it. Please stop. He's fringe top 10. He's not top 5. There's no planet where he's top 5.
When he isn't, but even when Tatum has a subpar stretch of games or doesn't fit the typical mold of high-volume, ultra-bucket-getting superstar that we like to see, he is still one of the best players on the planet.
Real reason why I hate on Tatum, he don't even want to be himself. He want to be Kobe so bad, bro. So bad. It's like he wants to cosplay as Kobe. That's the reason why I'm hating on him. Bro, be yourself, man. He wants to cosplay as Kobe so bad, bro.
Calling him an elite role player is hyperbole.
No,
I get
not.
that. But the less brain rot version of this argument is that Jason Tatum isn't a star in this league. And this is 100% objectively wrong. There is
Yeah, you're right. No. I give you credit. Jason Tatum is a star in this league. He's an all-star player, just like how Mo Williams is also a star in the league in 2010. He's also a good star, all-star player.
Yes. No metric or game or series or play that you could use to make this argument. At times, I too am not a big fan of the Celtics. This, however, does not send me into psychosis claiming one of the best players in the world is a role player.
Drew Holiday is one of the best players in the world. He plays in the NBA. Jonte Porter is one of the best players think about it. Jonte Porter is one of the best players in the world. He plays in the NBA, the best league in the entire world. Thanasis Antetokounmpo is one of the best players in the world. He plays in the NBA. All right, I'm sorry. But in all seriousness, yeah, those two play in the NBA. They're some of the best players in the world. So is Jason Tatum. He's in the NBA, right?
This take is abysmal, but let me know what y'all think. Leave your thoughts in the comments below.
It's not too
and
bad.
While you're at it, share your hottest take. The hotter, the better. Hope you all enjoyed.
The Heat won't win a damn finals until Pat Riley either does something and wakes up, or Mickey sells the team.
And as always, until next time.
If any Heat fans go to a Carnival cruise, you're not a Heat fan no more. Man. My hate for the Celtics runs deep. It does. I will never give Jason Tatum credit. I will never give him credit. And the reason why I won't give him credit is because you same Celtics fans hype him up so much. When you have Jaylen Brown right there and you act like he's not good. Did I make Jaylen Brown left-hand jokes? Absolutely. I will continue to make them until he proves me wrong that he has a Kyrie-level Irving handle of a left hand, which will never happen. So I will make them jokes, and unless he goes out of the Celtics jersey. Once he gets out of the Celtics jersey, then I'll stop making the jokes. Same thing with Tatum. Same thing with any player that plays for the Celtics. Once you get out that jersey, unless you go into a Knicks jersey or like a Laker jersey, then I'll stop making the jokes. But as long as you got that green on, I'm making all the jokes possible.